Hello, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Not Live. I had something going on this Wednesday, so I wasn't able to do a live video, but I didn't want you to be without a video tonight. So I'm pre-recording one so you have something to look at. This will probably be the final project I share with anything out of the holiday mini catalog. We're getting to the end of it, and I'm ready to move on to new stuff. And I know you all are excited about seeing what's coming in the new spring mini. But I did want to do one more card with something from the holiday mini. This is the trees for sale, but what I have made is not a Christmas card. It's, I would say, a masculine birthday card. And I don't know if this is going to show up, but I have speckled white and Wink of Stella on there. So it's like a snowy, glistening nighttime card. So I saw Dena Rekow do something similar to this, and so I just adapted it a little bit and made it my own. So that's what we're going to make tonight. This is on the last chance list. Hopefully by the time this airs, it will still be available. I do not remember if it's on sale. Let me check that real quick, because I did not look at that ahead of time. So let me look that up real quick. No, it is not on sale, but this is the page in the catalog. So it's got this cute dog. I could have done snowflakes, like embossed snowflakes, but I wanted it to be a little, I don't know, a little something. But yeah, it's a really cute set. So if you don't have this, don't delay. I don't know how much longer it will be available. All right, so let's get started. We'll do our stamping first. So I'm using my Stampin' Pierce mat because I'm going to be using photopolymer stamps. And I'm just using the solid tree. So these are just like tree silhouettes. I'm starting with Orchid Oasis. This is a pool party circle that I have cut with my Simply, what are they called? It's one of my favorites. Stylish shapes. I use it all the time. So we'll do one about there. One there. And then I wanted one more, but stamped off first, kind of in the middle. There we go. So that is our Orchid Oasis. While we have it out, that's what I stamped the sentiment in. Now this sentiment is from One Happy Family stamp set, and this is in the annual catalog, but it's got this nice happy birthday that to me didn't look too girly. I thought a guy wouldn't mind getting this. We'll die cut this in a few minutes. So we'll just stamp that and set it aside while we have our ink out. All right, then I decided I wanted, move some of this stuff out of the way so I don't get ink everywhere. So pool party trees in the background. So it's tone on tone. So I'm using the next size of tree. So just a little bit of pool party. And then we'll fill in some with Night of Navy. And that's what my card base is Night of Navy. So this is the smallest tree. And I know I want one right here at the bottom. And then we'll do a couple more on the sides. Whoops. And there we go. Now we have our, I'm gonna leave that out for just a minute. Now we have our nicely stamped circle. And I have a card base. I'm leaving this Night of Navy out for a reason. So this is Night of Navy. I'm going to bring this scratch paper back over. And I have my blending brush. And so I decided just to make it a little bit darker around the edges. So this is again Night of Navy on Night of Navy. And I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera. But I'm just going around the outside of this to get a little extra depth to it. And I can see it in person. I'll hold it up in a minute and see if you can see it or not. Yeah, I think you can kind of see how that's got some depth now to it around the outside. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Move all of this out of here, as this gets very messy. Actually, I did put this on first because I wanted it to have the snow too. But I did not put my sentiment on. So I'm using dimensionals. I have this one sheet that just seems to not want to pull off correctly. There we go. So put this, and I put it up a little bit so it's not smack dab in the middle. And then this time, so I like to take a block and just put some ink on there. You can squeeze the tops of your stamp cases and get some ink, but that's harder, and then it leaves a mess on your stamp pad. So this time I'm going to take some re-inker. Sometimes I'll just stick the block in the, come on, this is a really thick ink. It's the craft ink. So let me push it on the right spot. For some reason this one I have trouble. Whoops, there we go. Oh yeah, now we got a mess going. All right, that's plenty of water. But now you just, this is gonna make a mess everywhere. You just take it, and I use my finger, I'm sure you can see what I'm doing, and just do this. And so it's gonna make snow everywhere. And you can see that first little bit, we got some water, but that's okay, it'll dry. Now it will dry lighter than it shows here. That's why I'm going a little bit more with it than I did on the first one. Ooh, look at all that snow. I'm hoping we don't get snow like this next week. All right, that's probably good with the snow. Move that mess out of the way. So you can tell, well, you may not be able to because there's Wink of Stella on top of it, but in the background there are some real light specks. That's the white, and you can see this is already getting lighter. So I decided that wasn't enough. So, not that. Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella. This is a fairly new one, so it's got a lot of juice in it. I'm thinking this paper is going to be done when we're done with this. And so I like to just squeeze out, because if you squeeze it, you can get like a blob to come out like that. That's plenty. Now, last time I had some really big ones, so I'll try not to do that this time. Oh yeah, that's much better. And then you can just pick it up like it's paint and splatter it. Oh my goodness, so pretty. Look at all that sparkle. That is so fun. All right, now we'll get this whole mess out of here. And we are ready to do some die cutting. So I'm going to move this out of the way for the moment. I'm using that set of dies that is my favorite, the Stylish Shapes. And I'm using this big long one. So let's get the machine. And I could use the small one for this. It's just my big one is right here. So this is Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we'll just put this right in the middle. And try not to let it move when we put that top plate. And then kind of hold it. Run it through. I love that my camera is mounted on the shelves behind this table, so it doesn't jiggle the whole camera when I cut like that. That's very handy. This is an old plate, so it just got a little bit stuck in there. Come on. All right. Now we have our sentiment. Let's bring our card back over. So this is a really easy card. It would be easy to make a bunch of these cards for masculine. And if you didn't want to do snow, you wouldn't have to do the speckling, but I just love what that adds to it. All right. So I want a dimensional on this side because that's going to hang off of the circle. But the other side is going to be on it. So I want just to use my liquid glue. Make sure I stay up where you can see. So just a little bit of liquid glue on this end. And then just set that right there. And there you go. So there's the one we made. And here's the one I made before. I think this one has a little more snow on it. Isn't that fun? Like I said, super easy card to make, but really looks spectacular when it's done. All right. Well, I forgot to give you all the blurb that I usually do. I will put the dimensions for this on my blog. So you can find them there once this is aired, which will be, you will be seeing this at 7:30 on Wednesday night, December 14th, 2022. And I will have a blog post that will go up that night that will tell you the dimensions. There's really not much, not much in the way of dimensions on this one. But also along with that, everybody that comments on this Facebook post will be in the drawing to win this card. And I will draw for it the next week, right? Yes, I will still be around the next week to do a card. We'll do something with some new stuff then. But one last card from the holiday mini catalog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my 12 Days of Christmas that just finished day before yesterday, I think it was. So hopefully you enjoyed all of that, and I will see you next time. Bye.